Hi everyone, I'm Tiffany Sullivan, and I'm going to share my journey with you in hopes to inspire one of you watching. So, I am a wife and a mama to a little boy, and I met my husband at college at Oral Roberts University. We both attended there, and my husband is a professional athlete, and he is an amazing man. We've had some big bumps in our marriage and in our journey through life together, but we have come out stronger and we're not perfect. We're far from that, but we love each other, and that's all that matters at the end of the night. So we were both in Tulsa. We lived there. We decided to stay there, and after college, and I was working. I had my degree in elementary education. I was teaching, and I was in the food industry business, just trying to keep ends making money and making ends meet. Teaching is my passion. I love it. So it wasn't really anything that I saw as a job. And I've always wanted to be a teacher. So I did that. And then we decided to move back to Illinois because baseball life is kind of grueling and hard, and you need support. And when I was in Tulsa, all my friends had moved back to their hometown, so I didn't really have a whole lot of friends there. So then we moved home, and we still had issues. I had an amazing job. It didn't pay very much, but I had an amazing job at my hometown, working there in the same classroom that I went to school. I taught as a kindergarten teacher, and I had gone in that same classroom and was a kindergartner there myself. So I also was a coach for the school, and I had a second job as well. So I fast forward a little bit, and we really got into some financial issues, and we, you know, didn't always make the wisest decisions with our money when we first were married, and we we made some mistakes, and so we really struggled later on in our marriage. And when we were having those serious talks, and the animosity was still there, and there was feelings there, and anybody knows that when finances get into a relationship, it can destroy it. And it is very hard to continue on a good path when you're arguing all the time, and something always seems to be about money. Even the little trip to the gas station, and that can be an argument. And that it was for us. It was constant bickering. And we realized that, although I was very, very happy, things weren't things weren't good for us financially, and we had to rely on people that we never had thought that we'd have to rely on. And when you go to the store and you're picking something up for someone and it's $2, you have to show them the receipt when you get back because you need that $2. Like, it was paycheck to paycheck, penny to penny, and then not even knowing how the rest of it was going to work out. We trusted in God. We tithed. We did what we had to do in order for God to provide for us. So fast forward a little bit, and we had welcomed our first son, and are we were in the hospital, and I had to have an emergency C-section. So the doctors even apologized for cutting through my abs. It was interesting, but so blessed by our little son. He's smart. He's amazing. He's so thoughtful. He's kind, and he's got a big heart. So it was all worth it. But God gave me a safe delivery, and he was safe when he came. So I don't need to have anything to complain about. But once that was over, I did not know that mom life was going to affect me so much. I mean, I was invested into teaching. That was my baby. I would be there from sunup to sundown. So when I had to break the news to my students' parents that I was going on maternity leave, I started bawling. So it is a passion of mine to teach. But once I was a mom, I didn't want to go back. I didn't want to go back to school and leave my son to go teach other people's sons, other people's daughters. And so I really struggled with that. And when I finally made the decision and told my husband, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I want to eventually homeschool him up until a certain grade and, travel with you, it wasn't an option for us. I had to go back to work. I was the main income in our family. So when I went back to work, I had a hard time leaving my son. And even though he was in loving care, I still didn't like it. And so I decided one day that I was going to get back into shape and make something of my life and make my family be together. Because although my dream and my goal in life was to be a teacher, more importantly than my career was to be a family. And so I didn't want my son to not know who his dad was and he was gone so much. And I wanted my husband to have that family and that support there for him because he desperately wanted it and needed it. So I decided that I was going to try Beachbody coaching, and I went at it full force. I didn't care what, at first I cared what people thought, and I was like, you know what, I have no other choice. We're pinching, we're barely getting by, we have lots of student loans, we've got debt. Something needs to happen. And instead of waiting for my husband to make his break in the big leagues, then I just needed to do something for us. So after this journey, the first month I made $200, and I was pumped, guys. That was groceries. That was a tank of gas. I I couldn't believe it. I was helping other people, but financially helping our family. And so about 6 months in, I finally matched my teaching salary, and that's why I got into it to quit my job. And so I was good. I was so excited, and then it started to compound, and it started to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, oh my goodness, like this is for real. This is an amazing thing. And so I decided that this is an amazing journey that I want others to know that it's possible. And if you have that heart for fitness, you have that heart for other people, you want to be in the best shape of your life, you want to be financially fit for your family, you want to help your family, you just maybe want to pay for an extra tank of gas every month. Whatever those dreams are for you that would help you live a better life, uh, that's possible. And a lot of people think that, you do need to have that 9 to 5 job, you need to have that stability, you need to have something that's going to provide for your family. Well, what kind of life is it if you live your life paying bills and surviving? I don't think that's what God intended us to do, is to come here on this earth, work, pay bills, and then leave. So I challenge you to really look at what you want out of life, what God has called you, your deep down desires, your passion, whatever that is. God placed that there because you have those abilities to change lives through that. And this avenue through Beachbody Coaching has allowed me to help my family, to help my church, to be able to help my family be together and to provide a future for our family that is very, very bright. It's not something that is full of fighting and arguing over finances. It's not full of something like, oh, my son wants a little monster truck because he loves monster trucks. I'm sorry, we don't have the money for that. I can't do that for you. I don't have to look into my bank account every time I make a purchase. I don't have to look into my bank account every time I try to book a flight to go see my husband. But the great news is I got to quit my job after a year. I got to fire my boss to say, I'm going to design my life. With God by my side, this is going to happen. And so, about 18 months in, I was making, and I haven't told anybody this before, $7,000 a month. So, um, it's incredible. It's a journey that has completely changed my life, completely changed my family's life. And I'm excited to see if this is a match for you, to see if maybe you've got that little something in your heart that's fluttering, that's saying, you know what, I could do this. I need this. I want this. You're going to have those reservations and you're going to have those doubts and those feelings of failure, like, what if I fail? What if I do this? What if people judge me? Because I had those same thoughts. But the thing is, you'll never realize it, whether you sit there or not. You're never going to realize it, that life is bigger than the 9 to 5. And the 9 to 5 is for some people, but not for me. I was a dreamer. I wanted more out of life. And so if that's you, then I challenge you to take that step and to reach out and to ask about this journey and to get the information you need to help make a better decision about if this is right for you. So we did pay off over $20,000 in student loans in 5.5 months, and Beachbody has provided many, many changed lives, not only in people financially, and like I said, is one of my huge goals was finances, that people are losing weight. People are feeling good about themselves. They're losing inches. You guys know when you sit in a pile of clothes at the end of your closet and you are crying and you're weeping because nothing fits and you don't even want to go outside and you don't want to show your face and you don't want to show your face to your husband. That is real, and that hinders your life, and that hinders the opportunities that you allow yourself to take because you doubt yourself. You have all these feelings of failures. You have all these feelings of unworthiness. And then you carry on your life not the same way as someone who is positive and who is excited about life and who is confident in themselves and the abilities and what God has given them. So I challenge you to not only look at this and maybe think, you know what, this might be for me, but to understand that you do not have to be set in that place in your life that is a sad place. It is not, life is not meant for that, and it's so much bigger than that. So if you need anything, please reach out. I'm so happy that you watched this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.